हेलो दोस्तों, गुड मॉर्निंग टू एवरीबॉडी। आई एम जादव श्रीनिवास। टुडे I am going to discuss on the topic of writ of prohibition, and this writ is a very important. There are five types of the writs. Out of that, one we have already discussed in earlier video. Now on today we are going to discuss writ of prohibition. Friends, as I already said in my video, that in every examination of set, net, or law related examinations, especially judicial examination and LLB and LLM, on every examination there will come the question on the writ of prohibition. It means on the writ of jurisdiction of high courts. As you know, why need to issue writs? What is the purpose of the writ, especially writ of prohibition? When will court issue writ of prohibition? Who can approach for file the writ of prohibition? Some important feature of writ of prohibitions. About these all things we are going to discuss in this video. In my earlier video, I have already told that this my intention behind making the video is to provide a suitable material to a needy students, needy viewers, whoever has a need of this type of the materials. If you like my video, please like and subscribe. So friends, now start the video. Writ of prohibition. The following are the features of writ of prohibition may be noted. Prohibition. Prohibition, this words itself so says that prohibition means refrain from doing something. In 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 common language we can say that a superior court can stop the inferior court from doing such a legal activity. A writ of prohibition is nothing but a commands the courts or tribunal to whom it is issued to refrain from doing something which is about to do. It prevents tribunal possessing judicial quasi-judicial powers from assuming or threatening to assume jurisdiction which it does not possess. Thus, the writ lies both the excess of jurisdiction and absence of jurisdiction. It means that when any inferior court, any tribunal, any authority, if they access the jurisdiction or absence the jurisdiction, if they done any legal activity or delivered any judgment or any decree, any order or writ, at this time the superior court can issue the writ of prohibition. Prohibition and certiorari both has much in common. Both in its scopes and its rules are common. Thus, both these writs lies against judicial, quasi-judicial body, but not against an executive body. What this point is very important to remember. What certiorari and prohibition, these both writs will issue for for quasi-judicial or judicial body, but not a executive body. In Hari Vishnu Kamath versus Ahmad Isaki, the Supreme Court said in this case law, the Supreme Court said that, what said? Please see now. Both the writs of prohibition and certiorari have for their object the restraining of inferior court from exceeding their jurisdiction, and they could be issued not merely to court but to authority exercising judicial or quasi-judicial function. Court said that there is a intention behind, there is the object behind the prohibition and certiorari. When the inferior court exceeding the jurisdiction, and they could not merely to court but to authority exercising judicial and quasi-judicial function. In certain circumstances, both these writs overlap to each others. Sometimes we can get the confusion, we can get confusion because some features of both writs are the common and they are overlap to each other. Even though there is a clear cut distinction about them, so let's we see what are those. There is one fundamental distinction. There is one fundamental distinction between two writs. They are issued at a different stages. What? This is also one of the important feature. Please kindly remember that. There is a one fundamental distinction between the two writs. They are issued at a different stages of proceeding. When an inferior court takes up, when an inferior court takes up for hearing a matter over which it has no jurisdiction, and the person against whom the proceedings are taken can move the superior court for a writ of prohibition, and on that an order will issue forbidding the inferior court from continuing the proceeding. On the other hand, If the court hears that case or matter and gives a decision, the party aggrieved will have to move the superior court for a writ of certiorari on that an order will be made quashing the decision on ground of want of jurisdiction. Any inferior court which has passed jurisdiction has passed the judgment, has passed the order on those cases which are not related to, it means such subject matter will not cover under their jurisdiction. This means that the subject matter or issue which has not raised under their jurisdiction, has not raised in their prescribed limitations, even though court has passed the order. At that time, the aggrieved party can move to the superior court for the writ of certiorari or prohibition. Sometimes the two writs may overlap. Thus, it may happen that in proceeding before an inferior court, a decision might have been passed which does not completely dispose of matter, in which case it might be necessary to apply both for certiorari and prohibition. Certiorari for causing what had been decided and prohibition for arresting the further continuation of a proceeding. See, there are the different two objects. Certiorari for causing the what had been decided and prohibition issued for a prohibition for arresting the further continuation of the proceeding. Authority have gone to the extent that in such cases, when an application is made for writ of prohibition and there is no prayer for certiorari, it would be open to court to stop further proceeding which are consequential on the decision. Broadly speaking, writ of prohibition will lie when the proceedings are to any extent pending, and a writ of certiorari for causing after they have terminated in final decision. In English case, Lord Goddard CJ observed. What was observed? Please we see. It would not be at all desirable. It would not be at all desirable to lay down a definite rule when person should go to tribunal, when he should come here for prohibition, where the objection is that the tribunal has no jurisdiction. For myself, I should say that when there is a clear question of law, not depending upon particular fact, there is no reason why the applicant should not come direct to this court for prohibition rather than wait to see if the decision goes against them, in which case they would have to move for certiorari. It is well settled that where proceeding of inferior court or tribunal are partly within and partly without jurisdiction. The prohibition will lie against doing what is in excess of jurisdiction, where the where therefore the collector of custom has imposed invalid condition for release of gold on payment of fine in lieu of confiscation. The High Court can issue a writ of prohibition prohibiting the custom authority from enforcing the invalid condition. One of the important case law relating to the prohibition we are going to see here in RV Conti versus London Quarter Session, and one of the another case is a Bengal Immunity Company Ltd versus State of Bihar. In Bengal Immunity Company Ltd versus State of Bihar, the Supreme Court observed that the existence of an alternative remedy may be more relevant in the extent of writ of certiorari. But where an inferior tribunal is shown to have usurped jurisdiction which does not belong to it, that consideration is irrelevant and the writ of prohibition has to issue as a outright. In RV County of London Quarter Session, one Stanley Arthur was bound down by the magistrate and was directed to enter into his recognition in the sum of 25 to be of good behavior for a period of 12 months. He gave notice to appeal to quarter session against his order. An application was moved to prohibit the quarter session from hearing the appeal on the ground that no appeal was provided by law. It was held that no appeal would lie from the order of magistrate to quarter session, and accordingly the order or prohibition asked for was given in the case. Similarly, in RV West Kent Quarter Session Appeal Committee, Sidney Neal pleaded guilty to charge and was convicted by a court of summary jurisdiction. He appealed against his conviction and sentence. Section 36 Criminal Justice Act 1948 provided for appeal in case the accused person pleaded guilty or admitted the truth of information against his sentence only. Therefore, the appeal by Sidney Neal against his conviction was not competent. So friends, we are going to conclude here. I think everyone you have understood this reads and the intention behind it. 2-3 things we have to remember here. What those things? Number one, this is one of the important writ petitions. This writ will issue to the judicial and quasi-judicial authority or body, not the executive body. Okay, and the time, if any court, any inferior authority, any tribunal has been passed an order, has been passed a judgment or decree or whatever, so then superior court can issue these writs and refrain from doing that proceedings. Main object of certiorari is passing the subject matter from the inferior courts. Means withdraw the case from that court and hand over to the concerned or competent courts. These are main two objects. In sometime some common feature are there, so it may do the confusion, but if you remember properly about both prohibition, their intention, their objects, you will clear cut draw a line between them. So dear my friends, now I would like to stop here. I hope this video will provide a suitable information to you for your increase your knowledge. If you like my video, please subscribe my channels and encourage to me for making the further video. If you want to ask any questions, if you want any further information from my side, please you give in the descriptions. I will the reply. Okay, dears, thanks.